Good morning, beloveds. I've been awake for approximately 20 minutes. um, I'm still recovering from being at the Renaissance Festival on Sunday, apparently, because I fell asleep on the couch at about 10. Yeah. So, and it's vacation and I turned the alarms off, and yeah, so now I'm awake. I also want to wish you, 1, a happy Halloween, and 2, a blessed Sabbath. If you don't know what Samhain is, it is the last of the major harvest festivals, and it is a celebration of the bounty of the year and a preparation for the winter. So, have you made your preparations for the rest? Because that's what the winter season is. It's a time to rest. Not that we as humans are very good at that, especially since we've moved away from the agricultural. And we kind of have this 24/7, grind. So let Samhain be that reminder that you are allowed to rest. And don't ask me where my voice has gone. I have no idea. So, if I move, you might be able to see the glaring black cat in the background. And then you also saw the orange one. So, I have my Halloween colors up. Okay, it is October 31st. Our title is Faith, and our author is Georgia Carmichael Maxwell. This was published in the Science of Mind magazine in 1955. So, and she starts with a quote from William Blake. If the sun and moon should doubt, they'd immediately go out. William Blake. In this bit of whimsy, we are given the reason for faith. Life. God gives us life. We must accept it. No one lacks faith, for faith is an inherent part of our nature. We need only exercise the faith we have in order to gain greater achievement. Emerson said, we cannot contact the infinite. We must expand the finite. The person who seems to lack faith is thinking of themselves, not God. They think about their problems, not the solving of it. In order to expand the finite, we must put our faith in the infinite. Some of the qualities of faith are vigilance, obedience, perseverance, confidence, and devotion. The disciplined thinker expands and develops the kind of faith that moves mountains, disease, unhappiness, and lack. Today, I keep my thoughts steadily directed towards the good. I let go of my problems and let God. I know that my faith keeps me whole, for it is God in action. There is no moroseness, self-pity, or sadness in me. I laugh and sing, dance and live. I always remember who I am and what I am. God expressing life. I have faith in God, and obey the law of mind in action. And my life is full. It is so now. God gives the abstract. We receive in the concrete. The gift of heaven is forever made. The receiving of this gift is an eternal process of forever expanding the finite. Science of Mind, page 407. Thy faith hath made thee whole. Go in peace. Luke 8:48. Right. Honestly, a lot of the ones that I've done already are titled Faith, and everybody has a slightly different take on faith. That is, 1, a new take that I haven't heard before, and 2, a really interesting take. I've never heard anybody say that faith is inherent. And I've never heard anybody say that we must expand the finite. So that's a really interesting idea, and I like it a lot. And I also appreciate what she said, is that if somebody's lacking in faith, that they're thinking of themselves, not of God. They're thinking of their problems, not. Because a lot of times, our ego can make our problems worse, okay? The ego's not bad. The ego has a job to do. But when we allow the ego to drive, that's when we can get into when we can get ourselves into trouble. And so anytime we come up against a problem, if we're busy thinking about the problem, we are not going to see the solution. And so that's where you have to start thinking about the solutions. That's one of the reasons in Science of Mind why we treat in the present tense. We don't treat in the future tense for two reasons. One, it already exists in the mind of God, therefore, and two, because we are looking at solutions, not the problems. Where your focus goes is where your power goes. Where you're looking is where your power goes. If you drive on a regular basis, try that, because I know I have to be very careful if I'm in new areas, because wherever I'm looking, that's where my car's going. And if I'm not looking straight ahead, well, that's a problem, especially if I'm on the road with traffic. And so she's got a really interesting idea about faith. And I always appreciate when authors come at a topic from a new direction that I haven't seen before. And she definitely is coming. But it's not from left field. I mean, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. And I appreciate that she says some of the qualities of faith are vigilance, obedience, perseverance, confidence, and devotion. The disciplined thinker expands and develops the kind of faith that moves mountains. And that's one of the things that I appreciate. It's like, because Jessie talks about faith like a muscle. It's like we all have faith. As she said, it's inherent. What we have to do is exercise it. We have to exercise it regularly. It's like, that's why we work out, right? Because we have muscles, and then so we work out to exercise those muscles so that they get, one, a little bit bigger, and two, stronger. When we exercise our muscles and we get very strong, then there's nothing that we can't handle. And it's the same thing with faith. The more we exercise that inherent faith, the stronger it gets. And then that means that nothing that we come up against, we can't handle it. We can't, and that's the point of regular daily spiritual practice, is to exercise that faith. To exercise that faith. She has that little part where it starts, today it's in italics, I guess. It's the pretty slanted writing. And it's a beautiful little treatment. Today I keep my thoughts steadily directed towards the good. I let go of my problems and let God. And it's like, we're not expecting God to fix the problem. What we are expecting is guidance from said God to help us fix the problem. So it's like, we're not sitting on our couch waiting for the solution to come to us. We are going out and doing things, but we are recognizing that God has the power to guide us into, the universe has the power to guide us. We'll see things as we go through our daily lives that will guide us to the solution that we are looking for. I know that my faith keeps me whole, for it is God in action. Now, you hear me say that when I talk about who we are. And that's the other thing that she says. I know who I am and I know what I am. Well, what are we? We're beloved children of God. We are children of the universe. Life didn't happen for us to be a complete mess all the time. Now, we make choices that can cause us to be complete messes occasionally. But life is meant to be enjoyed. And therefore, I always remember who I am and what I am. God expressing life. As Reverend Jessie likes to say, we are God having an experience as us that God could only have as us. And sometimes we look at the messes we get into and go, well, God didn't want you to have the messy experience. God just wanted you to have an experience. God gave you free will so that you can make choices. When we look at the messiness, maybe we just need to make better choices and remember who we are. Because she does say, I have faith in God, and obey the law of mind. Okay? I'm going to remind you that the law is not a personality. The law does not judge. When you ask for something, the law says yes. So sometimes we ask for things that we didn't want for a variety of reasons, and then we get to experience that, and maybe next time we make a better choice. It's still water. I know it's pink. That's just because it's a power pack. It's a vitamin C and trace mineral pack. A little flavor and a little color. I'm just, like I said, barely up. All right. I want to leave you with that idea God gives in the abstract, we receive in the concrete. It's because we are the ones that make it concrete. God gives in the abstract, which means we can change our mind. All right. The gift of heaven is forever made. The receiving of this gift is the eternal process of forever expanding the finite. It's from the Science of Mind text. She's quoting Ernest Holmes. Okay. I saw a really good line in here that I wanted to use as the mission. Where is that? Well, no, that's it. Okay. I laugh and sing, dance and live. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to remember who I am and what I am. The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to remember who we are, beloved children of God, and what we are, God in action. We are God living life. And I'm going to remind you that what Reverend Jesse says on a fairly regular basis is that the fullness of God is present in every point of its creation. The fullness of God is present in you. So whatever it is that you are going through right now, the fullness of God is present in you. Everything you need is present in you right now. And what Georgia is reminding us is we've got plenty of faith. We just need to exercise it. I'm also going to remind you that we are a community. And so whatever is going on in your life, if you need a little extra support, feel free to reach out. And it doesn't just have to be to a practitioner or to a minister. People that love you can treat just as well for you. All you ask them to do is hold the good space for you. Hold the good news for you. Hold the good word for you. And then you can make the abstract concrete. You know, it's the best thing that we can do for you is to hold the space for your good to come to you. All right. So that's the mission today. Remember who and what you are. A beloved child of God. A beloved child of the universe. Spirit in motion. God in action. That is who you are. All right. And peel off the rest of it and discard it as you will. Everything else is just a label. Everything else is just a label. And you can keep the ones you want and let go of the rest. Okay. All right. That is the mission today. I'm going to remind you that the other part of the mission is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. And it looks like turning the alarms off and sleeping in. It looks like, I don't know what I was about to say. And it looks like letting yourself be who you are. And don't try and hide the messiness of your personality. I mean, if you've watched any of these, I can be really messy occasionally, and I want to let it be. I don't ever go back and edit these videos. I don't want them to be sleek productions. I want them to be who I really am, which is occasionally discombobulated, occasionally sleepy, occasionally, hey, you know what? I just woke up. The most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can do for myself is let myself be and not worry about what other people think when I'm being real. And 99% of the time, I'm being real. And then every now and again, I'll catch myself and go, you know what? And let it go. I am a spiritual being having a human experience, and my human experience is delightfully messy. And that is the most loving, kind, and compassionate thing I can be, that I can do for myself, is to recognize that and live and dance and sing. Because it's all good. It's all good. So it also looks like love, kindness, and compassion looks like taking a deep breath before you speak, especially to yourself. It looks like taking a walk, taking a nap, taking a break. It looks like turning the alarms off. It looks like eating dessert first, which, when I say that, I've come to the realization that it means to go ahead and let the ordinary be extraordinary a little more often. It looks like using the fancy dishware on a Tuesday. It looks like wearing the fancy clothes just because. It looks like dressing comfortably all the time, wearing comfortable shoes, and not worrying about the fashion. It looks like making room for joy. No matter what is going on in the world, you still deserve joy. It's a quality of God. It's a quality of you. Make room for joy. All right. Whatever else is going on in your life, I want you to remember, practice love, practice kindness, practice compassion on yourself. 1, you are your own best test subject. 2, I want you to create a habit. I'm encouraging you to create a well-worn path to the source of your own being with the spiritual practice of self-care, because it is an infinite source of love, kindness, and compassion. As she said, we're born, faith is inherent. Well, so is love, so is kindness, so is compassion. The more often you practice it, the more often you exercise that muscle, the bigger it is. When you connect to the source of infinite love, infinite kindness, infinite compassion, what you realize is the love, kindness, and compassion isn't coming from you, it's coming through you. And there's always enough to share. All right. So, and the main, most important reason is because you deserve your own love, you deserve your own kindness, you deserve your own compassion. Practice on yourself. Always practice on yourself. All right. Oh, the rest of the suggestions. Do something to engage your mind and your body. I did go for a walk yesterday, and there is a walk on the plan today. Not sure when that's going to happen, but it will. So I also encourage you to drink plenty of water. You saw me drinking mine. It's watermelon flavored Power Pack is what I'm drinking. That's why it's pink. But it's got trace minerals in it, and it's got vitamin C and some of the B vitamins, because while I'm on vacation, I'm letting a lot of my vitamins go. I'm not taking them. I'm taking the week off. Literally taking the week off. But I'm still going to drink plenty of water because hydration is super important. You know me. Your body works better. Your brain works better. Your skin looks better. Hydrate. I also encourage you to get that early in your day bright light. Well, I woke up at 10 minutes to the end of my 7 to 9, so artificial light will be it for me today. It's also still cloudy and rainy. Tomorrow is the day that the sun's supposed to break, and then we'll see about getting that early in my day bright light. I also plan to go to the zoo tomorrow, so, there's that. And then the last, I'm going to, as I always do, the Ernest Holmes quote, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven right here, right now. It's all around us all the time. It's kind of what Georgia was talking about. Heaven is a state of mind. It's a state of consciousness. Just as faith is inherent in us, the kingdom of God is within us. Gabby, what are you doing, baby? It's a state of mind. Heaven is a state of mind. Once you realize that heaven is a state of mind, then you realize that it's not a place you have to get to, but can become any place you are. And that's where it becomes a superpower. It is a state of grace. We come pre-installed with this ability to have this heavenly consciousness. And when we learn how to activate it, that's the state of grace. When we realize that it can create heaven anywhere we are, That's the superpower. All right. So I encourage you to practice. What does it mean to open the windows of your soul? It means to look around and see that it's all God, to see that it's all one source. See that it is that single photon, if you want to get into quantum physics, and that it can be all good. And sometimes it's about us making different choices. In fact, most of the time it is about us making different choices. So, and as always, you can take Emma Curtis Hopkins' advice, look for the good and praise it. Science will straight up tell you that the easiest way to change a grumpy mood, random acts of kindness, acts of volunteer, look for the good and praise it. Count your blessings. All right. I'm at the social media part. We are Creative Life Spirituals on our Creative Life Spark. I'm the running Rev Ryan on the social medias that I am on. I commend them to you. There are hours of content, all kinds of things. We do try and share light, funny things that are uplifting, but also helpful. So, check it out. If you want to know what's going on with the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on the constant contact. The good news is you get about one email a week because it's a real person doing them and he doesn't have all that much time. But the other good news, because there is no bad news, the other good news is that the hot links are hot. If it says click here now, it'll take you right to the information you want or the person that can help you get it. And there's plenty of hot links in there. So, take advantage of that. It's just another resource that will help you open the windows of your soul. All right. Okay, I'm at the part where I get to encourage you to have a great day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, a magical day, an enchanted day, a wonder-filled day, an awesome day, an amazing day, a devotion day, a compassionate day, a loving day, I already said wonder-filled day, a vigilant day, an obedience day. I know that's a trigger word, but you know what I mean. Obedience to yourself, a perseverance day, a confidence day, a expanding day, a recognizing who you are day, a knowing the truth of your being day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. You are enough, just as you are. As I have said before and will continue to say again, you're a beloved child of God. You are spirit in motion. You are God in action. You are a brilliant light. You are a divine spark. Or as Reverend Jesse likes to call us, you're a godling. All right? Know the truth of your being. It's what all of our authors are encouraging you to do, to get to know who you are and what you are. And as Sandy Newkirk likes to say, whose you are. All right? And sometimes that does require us to go back and look at the God of our understanding and develop a new relationship. Not the one that our childhood religion told us that we had, but to create one of our own. All right. And there we are. So peel back the layers of who you have been told you are and discover who you are. Okay. I am going to move into the process of my day. I'm going to remind you that Reverend David will be on around 5 p.m. with you. He's about to head to Europe for like a month, and he's still going to do these in Europe and figure out how to do them around 5 p.m. So, you know what? We're committed to this. Sometimes I think we need to be committed, but here we are, right? I'll be back with you around 9 a.m. Take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.